Missouri is preparing to host one of the biggest sporting events in the world next year, the FIFA World Cup in Kansas City. As the fans prepare, so are first responders. Our Missouri Capitol reporter Hannah Falcon joins us live tonight from Jefferson City. So Hannah, first responders are training this week for some rowdy soccer fans.
That's right, and these international fans, they're not like American sports fans. What they're preparing for are possibly some very deep-seated rivalries and maybe even some rivalries rooted in geopolitical conflicts. This week, first responders from all across Missouri are gathering for a State Emergency Management Agency annual training conference. One hot topic, of course, is preparing to welcome the international fans for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. SEMA and FIFA officials are preparing first responders to handle anticipated situations like language barriers, travelers who are unaccustomed to the weather and heat here in Missouri, and passionate fans who might be drunk, ready to fight, or they might even try to bring fireworks into the stadium.
This is a different culture. This is not going to be like a World Series game or a playoff game at the NFL or an All-Star game. This will be that times 10, and the people who are coming won't be from this country.
In December, we're going to learn which teams are going to be playing here in Missouri. At that time, SEMA tells me they'll be able to better prepare for that team's native language and what those fans are like. Reporting live in Jefferson City, I'm Hannah Falcon, WGEM News.
All right, thank you, Hannah. And the World Cup is slated to start on June 11th and run through July 19th.